Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Pager here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 2. So for those that are going to ask in the comments, my Man in the Mask video will be out tomorrow, so just, people don't have to comment. So as we know, at the conclusion of episode 18, versus Zoom, Barry gave all of his speed to Zoom in order to save Wally West. But why would Barry do this? Why would he give up really his best tool to stop Zoom? Now, Zoom is OP as hell and has Caitlin as well. But I guess it's for Barry to know and for us to find out, I guess. Anyway, so this raises the question, how is Barry, aka The Flash, going to get his speed back? One major thing to remember is that Arrow this week, the day after The Flash, has Barry appearing with his speed at the funeral scene. So for this to make sense, Barry should get his speed back by the end of the upcoming episode. So in this video, I will be going over some ways in which Barry could get his speed back. But before we get into that, if you want to leave a like, it will be very much appreciated. But this is the important thing. If you want to leave a comment with how you think Barry will get his speed back. It could be crazy or it could be really simple. Do whatever you want. And make sure to subscribe if you are new. So my first option is one that seems to be the popular choice or the popular consensus on the internet. And that is recreating Barry's accident similar to the events of Flashpoint. So this involves Barry basically being strapped to a chair with a load of different chemicals around him and then enticing a bolt of lightning to strike him which would then fuse with the chemicals along with himself, thus creating the Flash. The only issue here is that in Flashpoint, Barry had never been the Flash. And in the TV show, Barry has specifically only lost his speed that they've mentioned. They haven't mentioned if he's lost all of his powers, so he could still have stuff like accelerated healing, etc. Another important thing to remember with this is that Barry gets his powers a little differently than the comics. He gets his powers due to the particle accelerator in the TV show, not just a bolt of lightning and some chemicals. So the recreation of his accident would have to involve particle accelerator matter along with electricity. And possibly chemicals. The next choice is Velocity 9. Now this would have to be a desperate option as we already know it can cause some issues. But if speed was desperately needed and all hope for any other option was gone, then I guess Velocity 9 would have to be used or possibly like an advanced version. But seeing that Caitlin is with Zoom, trying to get this advanced version of Velocity 9 might be really difficult. And my final choice, I'm only doing 3 as I really want to hear what everyone can come up with in the comments. Anyways, my final choice is Past Barry. By this, we know that Cisco can now technically communicate through his vibe, or at least he could with Zoom. We also know he can see the future with it as well. So you could assume that he could also see the past if he aimed to do so. So what if Cisco vibed back to a past speedster Barry, got him to travel forward and lend some speed to Barry? Honestly, it doesn't really make too much sense, just due to the fact that past Barry would 1. Now be a tad slower, and 2. Be wondering why his future self has no speed. If every option was stretched and didn't work out, this may come into play in some way, shape or form. Even though it really wouldn't make too much sense, but a lot of people are coming up with the whole Hunter Zolomon got his past self then killed him, but how is he still alive, so how does that make sense? So there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really make too much sense, so I guess they could, make it make sense. I'm confusing myself here. But anyway, that's all I've got. Leave your opinions in the comment section below. Do you think any of the options that I've come up with could be how he gets his speed back? Or do you have an original idea? Make sure to leave in the comments, I'd really like to hear them. But before we go, I've got some shoutouts to some designers. If you would have noticed, I have a new logo, and if you have been to my channel, you would notice that I have a new banner as well. So the logo was designed by a guy named Joe XN, while my YouTube banner was designed by Tom or Mr. Surreal Tom. I do have a Twitter header as well, which was designed by Mr. Tech Brute. So I will leave all their Twitter links in the description below, so if you need some graphics or stuff, you could contact them. As you can see from some of the stuff on my channel and Twitter, they're pretty nice. But thanks for watching guys. If you want to leave a like on the video, I'd be very much appreciated. And subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you later guys. Goodbye.